Welcome back to day 6 of my Witchtober. So today I wanted to talk about what I take when I need to witch away from home. I've done this a few different times, but every time I take something a little differently. Just my needs tend to change, and this last time was very not planned at all. I ended up going to take care of a family member, and I'm sorry if the camera gets bumped because my dog does not appreciate the construction. They are now shaking our entire house, so that's fun. And she has made it a personal mission to, like, how you used to like practice when you were in like driving school between the cones, you know, and you'd have to like narrowly weave your way through. She's doing that with the tripod because she does not appreciate them moving the house. She doesn't like this at all. She's not a fan. Anyways, so this last time we had to leave to go take care of a family member, it was very not planned. Emergency trip, emergency surgery, and then we were taking care of them. So it was not planned like most of mine, where I can kind of think like, you know, like, and it depends too if you were traveling by car for a few days, or if you are flying, you can take a lot of things. And so this time it was just throw things in a suitcase and hurry over there. And so this is what I packed, and it's kind of become like my main staple list of things of realistically what I have needed, what I've wanted when I am away from home. So first of all is my affirmation beads. I've showed them before. It's a mala bead, prayer bead, whatever you want to call it. It's beads on a string. That's what I take. And unfortunately, my favorite set that I got from Joey, they did finally bite the dust, and so they died. The metal pieces refused to stay together, and I am not a jeweler. I have no idea how to fix that, so they just live in a bag for a while until I find someone or I get the ambition to like look up how to fix it. I've tried, they refuse, and they keep, every time you use them, they like at random will just snap off. So I feel like that's not great. So I just don't use those. So I just have my one set. And so I will take those with me because a lot of times when I'm away from home, my anxiety gets pretty bad. And so I will use those as a way to go through some affirmations. I've really loved some Buddhist ones where it's something like, may I have peace, may I live in peace, or something like that. Like there's like 5. I've talked about them in reviews, but basically there's just like some brief affirmations. I do different ones every time, so I don't really have like I have a book of shadows that I'm working on that's just affirmations, and so I just need to put them in there so that I can remember them. But I'll just find affirmations of just like what I need for the moment, or I will do a round of gratitude or whatever, but I use those pretty frequently when I'm away from home to just kind of help to specifically deal with my anxiety. Because also when I'm away from home, I'm really not doing a whole lot of manifesting magic. So I'm typically using magic as a supplement to like dealing with crazy brain, because anxiety is rough. Like it's awful. I don't recommend it. So that's one of my tools that I use to kind of help sort of keep it in track. Next is my diffuser. I know that's a random one. Like why would you pack that? It made such a difference because it just, I only packed my one oil. I just packed my lavender, and it did wonders to help calm the energy, to just soothe the space, which is exactly what you need after surgery. And so yeah, it's one that I was not anticipating, and obviously like I wouldn't take that on a plane or even to like a hotel, but going to stay at a family member's house, and like they don't care. So I brought that with me, and it worked pretty well. You could also make a spray if you can't obviously bring a diffuser, to make a little spritz bottle, but again, with airlines, probably would not apply. Also, if it's a place that like you feel like you might need to bring another oil, I would also bring my sage probably next time, just to like cleanse out the space too, and then use my lavender as like a calming, healing vibe for the space. But I didn't have my sage at that point. And the last thing that is like my #1 thing, the ebook of shadows. So when I say an ebook of shadows, I mean you need something like a Google Doc where you can access it anywhere. Like it's lovely to just have it on your laptop, but are you gonna have your laptop everywhere with you all the time? We're gonna have this with us. It's pretty much attached for the majority of people. And so I like Google Docs because you can access it pretty much anywhere. And so I have an online version of my Book of Shadows because you never know when you're gonna need it. Again, affirmations that I was wanting to use, bam, it's there. And you know, if I wanted to do a spell of some kind or a prayer of some kind, it's there. And it seems so simple, but honestly, it is a lot of work to have a physical version and an electronic version, but it makes a difference. So this is your reminder to potentially back up your current version online somehow. You could scan the pages, you could type it up if you feel so inclined, but it's really nice to have that as an option so that when you need it, it's there. And this is great, especially just, you know, you're out and about, you want to do a ritual and you can't remember the words to one. It's there. Like, I have used it so frequently. It is like probably my top thing that I use because, like, again, I'm not necessarily going to be burning candles a lot, but like I will be using my phone all the time. So having a Book of Shadows just readily available makes such a difference, especially when you're away from home, because again, it's just nice to have all of your information right there. I'm sure there's other websites you could use that host online so that you can access it. I just like Google Docs. It's what I use for everything. So it's up to you, but just something to make it online as well as a physical version. But typically, I don't think a lot of us are going to be packing our Book of Shadows. This is a lot more like broom closet friendly too. So anyways, I would love to know your thoughts to this one in the comments down below. What is your go-tos when you are away from home as a witch? Let me know in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. On Tuesdays, I post book talks. On Thursdays, I post my audiobook. And on Saturdays, I talk about what I am currently doing in my own craft right now, going through STOW, the Shamanic Temple of Witchcraft by Christopher Pensack. So anyways, till next time, thank you so much for watching and blessed be.